introduce someone who is supposed to speak yet tomorrow and is not, and would like to give his speech to all of you. Stephen, I would like you to give him a round of applause.
Can everybody hear me? All right. I'd first like to preface my speech by first thanking administration for giving me the opportunity to speak to you all today. And I'm sorry if my prank offended anyone, and I hope we can all unite as one and enjoy graduation tomorrow. So without further ado, welcome family, friends, faculty, distinguished guests, undistinguished guests, and most importantly, welcome and congratulations, class of 2018. As some of you may know, my name is Stephen Budzinski, and I'm deeply honored to have the opportunity to speak to you all today. You see, a graduation speech is like a fortune cookie from a mediocre Chinese restaurant. The following statements and predictions I make need to be vague enough to apply to each and every one of you, without fail. The only problem is that despite the black and white uniforms you now wear, all of your goals and personalities are more colorful than a packet of Skittles. Taste the rainbow. So besides all being a part of the class of 2018, what truly unites us? Well, we are what we eat, so what better representation of our journey through the trials and tribulations of government-mandated education is there than the truly noble Wawa Hoagie. Coming from the gross cesspool of hormones known as middle school, we entered into freshman year with the notion that everyone could be put into specific categories based off of what defined them. As different as hot sandwiches are to cold, we limited ourselves to whether we were nerds, jocks, band geeks, or camouflage enthusiasts. Too afraid to leave our niche, we stayed content in what we were comfortable with. Fully believing that there was indeed no third floor in West, we ditched the term freshman along with its negative connotations and began our sophomore year. Still giddy from actually being talked to by upperclassmen for the first time, we chose our hoagie role, our structure and basis, and started to join and contribute meaningfully to our sports teams, clubs, and extracurriculars. And, as much as we influenced our interests, the choices of where to spend our time established our core passions. Now, where the meat of our metaphor comes from, junior year. Junior year, like a hug from that weird uncle we all have, the only way to get through it was to fully embrace it. Consisting of standardized tests, post-school preparation, emotional breakdowns, more emotional breakdowns, and our futures seemingly hanging in the balance, we often only remember 11th grade for the stress it induced. But it wasn't these difficulties that characterized us. It was how we each uniquely handled it in our own way. Just like our own dietary restrictions and preferences, we learned what best worked for us and went into senior year prepared to make the hardest choices of our lives. In the last stage of our customization, senior year became our topping selection. Seemingly insignificant in comparison to the rest of the characterization, our quirky combinations of hobbies, inside jokes, and obsessions most prominently contributed to who we would become. Whether it was mayonnaise, sriracha, and pickles, or anime, basket weaving, and JROTC, the personal choices we made defined us. And no matter how many times we failed, Pennsbury allowed us to hit the back button, learn from our mistakes, and try again. Now, at the present, as we are clothed in our black and white wrappers and being sent off with our personalized diploma of a receipt, we realize that it is not what is on the outside that matters, but within. Throughout many times we were presented with suggested sandwiches on what to conform to. But even though it may have taken longer to do so, we found we were happier with customizing ourselves instead of subscribing to a predisposed picture of what high schoolers should become. Throughout the stressful yet enjoyable time of our 4-year-long characterization, we all became more unique than any hoagie ever could. But despite all of our different choices, setbacks, and achievements, we all succeeded in completing our order and completing ourselves. As you leave Falcon Field for the last time tomorrow, don't let the differences I've highlighted estrange you from your peers. Rather, take pride in your communal individuality and know that each and every one of you have your own attainable definitions for success. For if you work hard and stay true to yourselves like you have these past 4 years, you will all become the very definition of success. Now that sounds pretty tasty.